This is Phoebe at Studiostone Creative. Welcome to our small animal carving tutorial. Today we are carving the bee. Now to begin, you just dip your stone into the water and get it nice and wet. We do this to prevent any dust going in the air. You've been given a sanding stick, or you've purchased a diamond file. Whatever you use, soapstone is one of the softest rocks in the world, so it's so soft you could carve it with your fingernail. But we'd be here all day, so instead we have our tools. Now to begin with, let's start with the wings. We're going to bring them down, just bring them down, so the body can start showing. So I'm going to line my file up nice and flat, and I'm going to scrub away, making these wings go down. Stone carving is a subtraction art, which means you can take away, but you can't add anything. So based on this, if you want something to look bigger, you have to remove from around it. So just a few minutes on both sides, we're just removing the stone. Okay. And here is the bee. We have reduced the wings and the body is really starting to show up. Now, optional, you can do both sides of the wings. Just be aware, the thinner you make them, the more fragile it is. And soapstone is a fragile rock because it's one of the softest. And what you don't want to do is jeopardize the integrity of the stone by making it super thin. So, I'm just going to do one side. Now, we've reduced the wings. We're going to round them out a little bit and round out the body. So to do so, if we use our sanding stick, we just go diagonal onto the line. So I feel the edge and I feel it's kind of sharp, kind of rough. It's like these edges here. You don't want to go flat on, because when you go flat on, you just reduce it. You reduce it, you don't round it. This is just reducing it. So you have to go diagonal. You just get those edges. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to round out the wings and round out the body. And to round out the body, at an angle again, just go diagonal. Okay, a few minutes it will just take to do that. Okay, welcome back. Now our bee is really starting to look nice and chunky. Big fan of the chunky bees. I think a bee should be nice, fat and fed. So we've rounded out the wings. We've not taken away too much. Actually, the center point here is more reduced than the outer point. We keep the stone nice and strong, and we've rounded out the body and the head. Now when it comes to the bee, a lot of the magic can happen after it's been waxed, but if you wanted to make any indentations, like any little cute stripes, you can use the corner, the edge of the sanding stick or the red file, and you can just draw some like little lines here. Again, you can do this when it's been waxed too, or you can do it now, it's up to you. We've got a couple lines here. With the red file, it's the same situation. And you can just make some little lines here. You can go all the way down with it. You can just draw some lines. It's up to you and what you aspire your bee to look like. After you're happy with what you have made, we are going to sand it. And to sand it, we're going to use 2 different types of sandpaper. We have the orange sandpaper and the yellow sandpaper. And we start with the orange one, we fold it, and we dip it into the water. The orange sandpaper is a thicker grit, so we use that one first. With the wings as well, I like to create a little tunnel with the sandpaper, and I just twist it. Now be careful when it comes to the wings, because this part is very thin. I don't want to yank it, I don't want to pull it, I don't want to press it against the plate or the table. I want to be very gentle with it. Okay? I don't want it to break. Now, soapstone comes in many different colors and many different densities. It's still one of the softest rocks. But for example, if your stone is making white powder, white mud, or brown mud, it may be lighter, it may be softer to carve. If your stone is looking very dark, it could be a little bit stronger. So you just need to use a little bit more elbow grease. We'll just twist it all out. And then, for example, with the body, now, you can just scratch on, but if you've made little dents, fold the sandpaper and just scrub it inside the little lines that you've made. And this will sand them. It will also make your lines a little bit deeper too. And there we go. So just a few minutes with the orange, and then with the yellow, it's the same thing. You fold it, you dip it into water, and you scrub. And as you scrub with the yellow, that's when the color really starts to show as well. The more effort you put into sanding your sculpture, the better it will look when it comes to waxing. Okay, welcome back, guys. We have our adorable little bee all sanded, and now you can really see the color. Like, it's not just a gray stone anymore. You can really see the beautiful greens in it. Next step is to wax. So I'm going to give it a rinse and I'm going to dry it, and then stick around for our waxing video. The last stage is waxing. To do so, we have a piece of wax here. This is paraffin, food safe wax. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coating our sculpture with the wax. Now to do so, we have to melt this and heat up the stone so it adheres to the soapstone. This is already waxed. So already you can see the difference between, let's see this one. This one's kind of gray. It feels a little bit chalky still. Whereas this one, it's nice and smooth. You can see all the natural patterns, the color of the stone. So to do so, we need to heat up the stone. We can use a hairdryer or we can use a heat gun. And then we're going to coat it with the wax. So let's heat up our stone. Now, as my stone is hot enough, I can now just rub the wax on top. Just like that. Be careful if it's very, very hot. You don't want to burn yourself. You want to do this all over. If there are any scratches on your stone in the future, you can reheat your stone and the wax will seep into those scratches and essentially make them disappear. Now this little piece of wax is enough for your animal, but if you're looking for something more temporary or without the heat element, you can use oils. But these are only temporary as the stone will soak them up again. So just be careful when you apply the wax as it is hot. and you want to let them dry for a little bit just so they cool down. To speed up the drying process, you can dip them into water, cold water, and this will make the wax harden. So I'm going to wax the rest of my pieces, and then we can talk about etching. So with the bee, I etched. So for the bee, I carved out some lines on the body, but I'm just going to go over them with my etching tool, just to make it a little bit more pronounced. And then for the wings, now bee wings tend to look a little bit like leaves. So that is what I'm going to do. And now, as I said, this is an optional activity, but it's quite nice just to really let some more creativity out with your project. So now we have the turtle, the butterfly, the bee, the fish, and the frog. They've been carved, they've been sanded, they've been waxed, and they've been etched too. Thank you for carving with me today. My name is Phoebe, and I hope you have a wonderful day.